Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the free to play. So, I've got an update for you all. Um, we have leveled up the Ultimate Death Knight. You can see he is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starred, and already up to level 41. We've run out of energy. We've gained a little bit back since I stopped leveling, but um, I expect him to be 60 probably tomorrow, if I'm being honest. And it just takes a lot of energy once you get them from 50 to 60. It's like a pretty big amount of runs you need to do on 12-3 Brutal. But we've almost got him there. Honestly, a lot of times I tend to get lazy or bored and throw a bunch of brews in them. That's what I did with Ursula when she was like 55. I was like, okay, I'm done with this. And threw a bunch of brews into her. Um, what was really cool though about I think in my previous video or maybe two videos ago I did say that I was going to level him up with the chicken that we had, but here's the thing: he took so long to level up to 50 that I was actually able to level up another piece of food, which means we still have our chicken. That's really handy to have. So I was excited to be able to save the chicken and level up using food only, so that chicken can be there for another champion in the future that we really want to get, so, or get leveled up. So um a couple of things that I'm doing. So in fact, I'll do it on camera here for you guys. So when I grind with him, or when I level with him, he's gonna live. He has a ton of health for a champion in general, and a ton of health and a ton of defense base stats. So because of that, he actually survives against this last wave, which means that he takes a turn and slows down my run by a couple seconds. That's fine. It's not a big deal. However, in order to reduce that, I'm not going to do masteries on him or ascension on him until he is fully leveled up to 60. Once he's fully leveled up, he will probably be used as a support in most of my uh, dungeons. I don't. He might be taking Sun Wukong's spot, which sounds crazy. It really sounds crazy, but I don't know who else to replace. Because he doesn't bring anything else to the table as far as damage. He doesn't bring HP burn like Coffin Smasher does. He doesn't bring uh, big AoE nukes like Sun Wukong. He doesn't bring poisons like Kale. But I know that he's going to be very valuable, not only against the waves, but keeping my team alive. He kind of serves a purpose similar to Ursula, but Ursula, I think, brings a little bit more. Obviously, he brings decreased attack. Brings decreased attack, but she also brings increased attack and reviving. Um, it is entirely possible that for something like Spider, I would replace Coffin Smasher with Ultimate Death Knight. So Ultimate Death Knight could be my Spider tank, and then my AoE nukers can just get in there and safely uh, destroy all the little spiderlings. Um, I don't know. It's gonna be. He's really gonna be honestly. He's really gonna be useful for um, Ice Golem, because that shield is gonna help us survive his big hits. So um, we'll be doing some playing around with him. I do think we're gonna get huge progress in the Undead Crypt for Faction Wars for sure. So we're definitely gonna gain value out of that. But um, the biggest issue right now is I just don't have high quality boss damn. Well, you know what he's gonna do? He's probably gonna replace Coffin Smasher in dungeons, and I'm gonna be finally be able to rebuild Kale and probably get some different. Hmm. we'd be able to get rid of the lifesteal set and get some better gear on him potentially. Because I don't think that's going to punish me in clan bosses that much. So the only thing I'm concerned about, well, his speeds are pretty low, right? Yeah, he's at 158, and he needs to be 189 or lower. So yeah, he's got a lot of room to give in speed. So we could definitely rebuild Kale, make him stronger, better, faster. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. So that's where the gems are gonna go. Interestingly enough, because of everything we've been doing, we've been making progress in some of the events like Dungeon Divers and the tournament. Nope, not that one. Champion training. That's actually why I'm making the video now, because I'm going to spend the rest of my night grinding out the champion training tournament on my main account, because I do need to get it much, much higher. In order to, I need to get, on my main account, I need to get these. And I haven't gotten those fragments yet. So, and I hope that will get me enough fragments for I almost called him Tiamat, but for Timit. So on the main account. So that's probably where I'm gonna be putting a little bit more of my focus this evening. But I did want to give you guys an update on where UDK is. He's also going to be a big factor in my tag team arena. So we'll be using him to keep some of my other champions alive. Probably some of my more lowly, like Armiger and him make a good combination because defense, right? And he has a really strong defensive aura, which is going to be really nice. If it were possible, if I had Brimstone on Ultimate Death Knight, I might strongly consider replacing Sun Wukong with UDK. He's still going to do significantly less damage, but that shield, and more notably the continuous heal, would be pretty darn valuable in Clan Boss. The thing is, I don't want to lose Ursula there, but I also wonder, well, we'd lose the increased attack, so I don't think it would be worth it to put UDK in there unless he's in a toxic set. I really think my only viable option for UDK is to put him in a toxic set and make him a solo build. But still a lot of things to consider. I mean, I would love him in a Ghost second team. I just don't really have the makings of a Ghost second team. Maybe a Marquez UDK Ursula team. The problem is my Ursula is going to be fast, so not really prime. I guess she could still be a Ghost second in a way, but I mean those buffs just get removed, so it just doesn't really work. You need the whole team to go second, so lots of playing that I'm going to be doing with the account, but UDK is still a solid pickup for sure. I did not get any more Sacreds from Nightmare. Nightmare's still looking strong. We have... We're not looking at Nightmare, that's why. There's Nightmare. 3 keys at 31 million, a little weaker today. But we do get another key in about 2.5 hours here. So once I get that key, we should pretty easily 4-key Nightmare tonight. And that will be a big solid gain on the account. So hopefully we'll get some more shards, some more books. Interesting stuff that happened. I was able to complete, once I grab this real quick. I a challenge today. So the Champions Challenge, one of them was to 6-star a Force Champion. This is my only Force Champion, by the way. She's still Void. I don't know. I'm trying to think. There's got to be there. I know there's going to be uses for UDK. I know it, but I'm just trying to. They're hard pressed for them at the moment. He will really probably help my Iron Twins team. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Oh man, I got so excited and now I forgot what the challenge that I completed. So this gave me a legendary book, which is really, really handy, and another challenge completed. I did also notice that I actually have a lot of challenges that I could probably go through and complete here, and start getting some resources. So now that I'm at the point where I don't need to be farming champions so much, I think once UDK is fully leveled up, I'm gonna make a focus on challenges, and then obviously we're almost done our mission, or we're almost done this mission. So let's give you an update on that. So in the Great Hall, I'm at 618. I need 700 in order to achieve this mission, which is upgrade a bonus to level 7. So I'm only need 82 more tokens. So that will give me the chance to upgrade this to level 7. Then I need to get another. So as far as missions go, I think the next one is going to be level 8 here. However, there's a challenge to get 3 affinity bonuses to level 5. I thought it was going to be easier than it actually is because we're so far from level 5. So that challenge is probably going to be put off for quite a while. We're going to focus on getting this one up to 10. And we'll because that's what is required of the missions. So we get 1 up to 7, and then we get 1 up to 8, then 1 up to 9. I may have already scrolled past it, and then 1 up to 10, and then doing 39 million on Nightmare, which we're already able to do. There's no limit on keys here, so we'll be able to do that. The higher levels of like the dungeons here, stage 17, I do believe those will be achievable as we start getting more gear. 75 million damage to the Demon Lord on Nightmare. Ugh. We're pretty far from that one, but we're also far from even unlocking that. So, and I do think I'll be able to probably start squeezing out some better damage dealers here. I am wondering, well, he's my only decreased defense is Deacon. So we can't get away from Deacon. We can't really get away from Coffin Smasher because he's some of my like highest damage right now. So we really need a better nuker for clan boss right now. That's what we really need, is a big like a poisoner with sensitivity or a poisoner with activation, which those are, rare. So there's a chance that Petrifia may be a solid replacement, one that can be built maybe a lot faster than my current Kayle is. That's a big thing too. Now that I talk through it, I think upgrading Kayle's gear and getting him up in the 180s for speed is going to be a big improvement on him. And getting him into higher accuracy gear as well, so we can land more of those poisons. We still have the weak hit issue, but I do think we can build him to probably hit a little bit harder. I just have to be careful because I don't want to trade off too much damage in the arena. So I'm hoping that I'm able to maintain his level of attack and damage. Um, but obviously, it's going to open up avenues by switching out the gear. Maybe we can get a higher level chest on him instead of a like relentless set on him would be pretty good. I don't like the stats on this particular piece. I would really like to see oh wait, no. I mean, I'd like to see crit rate and crit damage on it, but that's still good. This one might be slightly better because it does have accuracy on it. We would lose the crit rate though, but I just have to make up, well, not even 8% crit rate. I'd have to make up 3% crit rate. That's doable. And this is a 4-star piece. Not interested in that. I don't see a scenario where I could make Cruel work. That's an interesting piece. That's a lot of HP. Oh, it's a 4-star piece, though, so it's a lateral move. So it might be time to start focusing on leveling gear, getting gear and things like that as well. But we're definitely gonna do some of these challenges. So the mission will hopefully be completed on Tuesday when we enter our next Clan v Clan. So going into this Clan v Clan, we have a lot fewer legendary books. We've got 7 epic tomes, which obviously Ursula needs 2 of them. And then the rest will probably go into Husk, as he's my only other like solid epic that I would possibly use right now. Coffin Smasher is finally going to finish his books, which he only needs 1 more. So then the remainder of books there would go on to Soul Bond, but I think she's already booked out. So maybe Marquess, who is a pretty good defense-based PvP nuker. I am contemplating. I'm going to say this now. If we suffer too much damage loss from I'm thinking. If we suffer too much damage loss from the swapping Kale's gear, like if we suffer too much in the arena, I might consider building a Marquess. She's definitely been power crept. I don't think she's as viable of a PvP nuker as she once was. However, so she's a defense-based nuker, and what we could do is run UDK in the lead into Ursula's A3, I guess you would call it, into Sun Wukong stripping buffs and doing damage into Marquess's hit, which it does hit relatively hard, but you need so we wouldn't have a decreased defense. I don't know that it would be enough. You really want to have both decreased defense and increased defense with Marquess. And in the comp I just described, we would be losing our decreased defense from the Deacon. So, but definitely some interesting champions that we could be working with here. So, 3 turn. Yeah. So, not quite sure what the account, what we'll be doing on the account next, but just mostly going to be looking for soul for UDK. Obviously, we have a split soul here for Sun Wukong. I do want to point out too, like we've got a pretty decent. I mean, only 5, right? Like but considering that we just spent void shards not that long ago. So yeah, if that we just spent void shards, I'm remembering now. So we're probably coming up on ancient 2x as our next 2x event, which roughly would be about 2 weeks away, maybe. There's never any guarantees here, but we've built up a little bit of a stockpile on ancient shards, and we're should be coming close to Mercy-ish. I mean, we're at 50. I mean, we spent 50 the last time, and then probably like 20 some the time before that. So we're getting pretty high up there. We also have a primal shard that's ready to go. So the next time there's a 2x on that, we could pull that as well. So so I've got a lot of figuring out to do about how I want UDK to fit into this team. I really don't want to have to choose between him and Ursula. That's something that I'm worried about. Every scenario I'm running through my head is coming up like it's either UDK or Ursula. And I don't know how I feel about that. I do think UDK brings a lot of value in his shield and his general his ability to receive the damage. Like what he brings in wave clear is unparalleled, but until we get to a point where wave clear is the problem for us, I don't know that he can be the answer. We may honestly end up but Deacon's my decreased defender, so I really don't know who, it's going to have to be one of the 3 nukers that I'm currently using. Coffin Smasher would be the weakest if I can get Kayle up to snuff, but we really could use... yeah, I think if I can get Kayle faster, we might be able to get what we need out of Kayle. If I can get him faster, build him with much higher attack. If we look at like Sun Wukong's attack versus his, like he's at 3,500. Sun Wukong is 3,700, so pretty close. A lot less HP than Sun Wukong though, and doesn't have a self-revive either. So a lot of stuff to play with. Okay, well, a little bit of rambling there, but I'm just kind of showing you my thought process. This is how I try to figure out stuff. Deciding what's next, what direction I want to go in. Just curious. Clan v Clan is coming at a really, really good time. If we do really well on this Clan v Clan, we can get Yakarl fragments as well this coming week. See, this is where, like, if we could get a Yannica would really, obviously we're working towards her, and it's a long ways off. But a champion like Yannica would really make a big difference on this account because we would be able to have, hey, this is my PvP nuker, and that way that would replace Kayle. Kayle would get put off into, a boss damage role exclusively, and Yannica can basically be built the way that we need to build, or the way that Kayle is currently built for kind of everything. So I think improving Kayle's gear is the next big step for sure. Also just wanted to check because I'm thinking about it. Nope, we're not. So yeah, we need to get rolling here. So a lot of work to do. I'm gonna keep at it. But that's pretty much it for this update. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.